Hello beautiful people. I don't know about you, but March was quite packed with gaming. And I decided, why not look at some of the best games that came out that month? Small titles, big titles, and a lot of hidden gems. Hi, I'm Wolfman08, and I love talking about indie games. And if you love hearing about them as well, why not subscribe? Or if that's too much, just enjoy the video and maybe leave a like. But enough about me. Why waste any time? There are so many games here to talk about. Let's just jump into it. So grab a drink, sit down, open up Steam, and start wishlisting. Esoteric Ebb by Christopher Beauregard. An RPG similar to Disco Elysium where it's more about dialogue than just combat. You're a cleric who needs to unravel a political conspiracy with the help of your trusty goblin sidekick. While this game might seem like a typical CRPG, it has a heavy comedic lean to the proceedings. It's an open-ended investigative RPG where you can follow the rules or completely ruin the campaign for the poor writers who made this. There is combat, but most encounters will be resolved through dialogue with various creatures, but also, you gotta fight your inner thoughts, because they might be against you. So expect dice roll after dice roll after dice roll. A very charming looking and fun game to play, a lot of options, avenues to go down, very open-ended with just the dialogue alone. People have been singing the praises of this game. It's a huge hit of the year, and I think in a lot of people's opinion, already indie game of the year contender. We'll see where it goes from here, but at the moment, Esoteric Ebb, AAA in quality, and indie at heart. Homura Hime by Crimson Dusk. Here we have less sexy Nier, but with vibrant visuals and incredibly fast-paced combat. You're Homura Hime, the flame princess and strongest exorcist in a world that's currently under siege by demons, so to speak. You need to hunt down sexy archdemon girls that reward you with visual spectacle battles, and once you beat them, will give you new weapons and equipment. Like I said, if you're a fan of Nier, this game plays very similarly. Combat is a lot of fun. There's a lot of parrying. Which I know puts some people off, but for me, I love a good parry in a game. And in this one, it works perfectly well. Also, expect to dodge a lot of bullets. The bullet hell aspect from Nier, they definitely just copy-paste it straight into this game. But it doesn't matter because the visuals flow so incredibly well, and while this is an anime spectacle game, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It's just the platforming is a bit iffy in places, but overall, a very fun game. I suggest fans of spectacle fighters to check it out. Funi Raccoon game by Crayon and Kit. So this is a classic chaos game that has been released to Steam that a lot of people have fallen in love with, and it's quite over the top. You need to pick up stuff and throw stuff, but maybe also keep some stuff to solve problems. Or even better, just keep all the stuff. It's your stuff now. Because this is a manic and fun steal 'em up, where the raccoon just wants to keep building his garbage bin. Because a good garbage bin is a good home for a raccoon. Looking at the visual style, you immediately tell yourself, what am I looking at? These are just completely different visual styles that do not mash together at all, just thrown into each other. And the mess kind of makes it beautiful. In a world where AI-generated images try to look as perfect and clear-cut as possible, that stuff's boring. I want genuine artistic intent, even if that artistic intent does not hit with me or makes me just tilt my head a little bit to the left and go, what the hell's going on here? I don't care, but at least I can feel a person worked on this. Yes, the game's made out of stock aspects, disparate design elements, all in service to create a visual mess of designs that kind of looks cool. I like it. Reminds me of back in the 90s, the MTV videos were just like cutouts, graffiti art, just all kinds of art styles that don't mesh together, thrown in with a quick editing style. I love it. It's weird, chaotic, and with enough variety to keep you going. Whoa. Dyping Escape by Heaviside Creations. This is a typing game that's going to get under your skin. There's a pair of eyes talking to you all the time, giving you instructions, and you need to type what the eyes tell you. Which sounds cute at first, but slowly becomes very sinister as the game reads what's happening on your PC and what programs you might have installed. This game is wonderful because it just does the bare minimum in visual elements, but still unnerves you because having a pair of eyes look at you the entire time, give you instructions, will be enough to unnerve anyone. And just the way it slowly builds up is always great for a horror. Oops, I spoiled it. But seriously, did you look at that image and not think to yourself this is a horror game? Very much the slow descent into horror is kind of my jam. I don't mind the Resident Evil fast-paced horror gaming of just like kicks, punches, and things screaming at you. But I've always enjoyed more a slower slide into scary. I'm not talking about the Garrow slide from One Punch Man. I'm talking about an actual smooth transition down a hill. There's a story hidden in this simple typing game that needs to be unearthed by further progressing and doing what the eyes tell you. If you want to try a different type of horror that's not just jump scares, then this is one for you to keep an eye on. Little wordplay to make the situation less unnerving. Haha. Banquet for Fools by Hannah and Joseph Games. Another RPG on the list, this time a party-based one that has semi-turn-based combat with strong elements from Vagrant's story. Minus the confusing leveling system of your weapons. Don't make me go on about Vagrant's story. Love the story, visuals, all that stuff. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. I'm skipping that. Anyway, this is an open-world adventure that takes place in the swampy island of Infamona as you explore towns and other areas to find out why people are disappearing. I love the visual style of this game. It's got that faux stop-motion clay style that I really like seeing in video games, and just the design of the characters are so weird. Reminds me a bit of No Rest for the Wicked, where the proportions of the people are just over-exaggerated. This is a game with a lot of elements though to the combat and outside combat, like having to learn spells, asking the gods to intercede by creating holy weapons for you, or, what I like to do, improve your stealth skills by sneaking into camps and cutting throats. Lots of stuff to play around with for RPG fans, and you're sure to get sucked in very quickly. Just got out of early access last month, and it has been a joy for everyone to play, which is quite impressive considering the game was only created by 2 people. Really a wonderful RPG to check out. I hope more people put eyes on it. Aether Iron by Seismic Squirrel and Chaos Fury Game. Here we have a 1930s decopunk heist RPG that's full of visual style and just, beautiful landscapes. You need to plan the heist, gather a crew, head out. Just like your favorite movie, Ocean's 12. Oh wait, no, that's the bad one. Ocean's 13 then. Once the talking is done with your people and setting up a route and planning every element of the heist, you have to create the perfect getaway vehicle and engage in good old fun car combat, where you can either move really fast and make a quick getaway, or create a tank to slam opponents either down, to the side, or way off the road. But if that doesn't work, you always have your trusty grenade launcher. Great game, great sending, fun car combat, and a beautiful art style. Make this one to buckle up for and take a ride with. Gal vs. Village by Crush v. Aiden. I just had to highlight this game because this is one of the weirdest titles I've seen from last month. It is also the 3rd title from Crush v. Aiden involving a maniacal girl shooting down people and monsters. I don't know what this person's smoking, but I don't want it anywhere near me. This is an FPS boomer shooter that's all about speed and kill streaks. Now you're looking at this and be like, ugh. This looks very low budget and not fun at all, and I'm going to tell you, you're wrong. This is nuts. You need to switch between long-range weapons, and if the enemies get a little too close, smack him with a meat cleaver, while also listening to some banger J-pop. This is something of a game you would buy a friend to be like April Fools, but no, this is a real game. It's very short, but you will have a great time just running around shooting and slashing whatever comes close. It is maniacal, crazy, some would say evil. All these elements that shouldn't work kinda do, and make a fun and mind-meltingly fast FPS that you can check out. If you're gonna check out other stuff from the creator, I do just want to say, be prepared. Mentally prepare yourself. Stuff gets weird. Tombwater by Moth Atlas. Here we have a unique concept, a Western Souls-like. Unless you count Remnant. Tombwater has a beautiful pixel art style for the environments, characters, and just very terrifying monsters. Also, kind of a companion piece to Tearscape, which released a while earlier. Both great games, both a lot of fun, both taking a lot from Bloodborne. You explore an interconnected world with Metroidvania elements as you traverse around, getting new abilities to help you traverse certain areas. There are 20 giant bosses to take on and most likely die to over and over, and 50 weapons to play around with. Not to mention the 40 spells in your back pocket you can just sling around. This game will really make you feel kitted out. Even though it's a Western, you should only need your 6-shooter and some guts. I don't know about you, but the more I talk about it, the more I just want to go play it. Giant's Heart by SQQQWER. The second weird game I want to talk about. A strange mixture here of roguelite dungeons and gardening. You have 5 minutes to descend into the dungeons before a giant reaches the castle and takes it down. You need to destroy its heart, but also need to fill your backpack with more artifacts to create a strong build. Now, there's like 50 roguelites almost coming out a month. But the reason I picked this one is because it looks deranged. And the 5-minute timer makes things incredibly stressful. And I kind of like that. It means your runs are definitely limited in terms of time. Only takes you 5 minutes to get in and get out. Or before that when you die. Between expeditions you can also grow plants that help make you stronger during runs. Because nothing like consuming a handful of tomatoes to make you just bulk up completely. Time's not on your side. So you need to make the right decisions before it runs out. The Wide Open Sky is running out of Catfish by Zip-It Games. Here's something we never talk about, photography games, but also riding a giant flying catfish through the clouds. You need to take pictures in the open sky and share them on the in-game web to get points. This is a story-driven game as you're trying to bring back the environment by exploring the skies. It has very strong Pokemon Snap vibes with so many creatures to document, mostly fish, but who am I to complain? The lovely visuals and unique concept behind this world make this something to really sink some time into and explore. It's not a long game, but you'll be charmed throughout the whole experience. Good title, and it's nice to have something a little bit more cozy and fun on my list, instead of something just dark, dreary, and depressing. That's for a little bit later in the list. Beastbreaker by Vodio Games and Huey Games. Here we have a tactical ricochet RPG. You need to line up a good aim and launch to take off pieces of giant beasts, and then harvest the parts of the monsters to craft weapons and improve your skills. Even though a lot of people describe it as a pinball-style RPG, this is more like snooker. This is snooker as an RPG, and I kind of love this concept. It works incredibly well in this game, as you keep attacking the creature and harvesting parts of the creature piece by piece. If you got excited just from hearing that, then I definitely recommend you at least go check out the Steam page. But the game's not just about combat. Between bouncing around, you need to talk to your cast of friends in order to utilize their abilities to help out and also further progress the story as you try to hunt down more and more monsters. Like I said, unique concept, fun gameplay, a lot of people are enjoying it, so check it out. Smile More by Pixel Poxit. We're back to the weird stuff. Very unsettling visuals on this title. Fair warning if you need to skip it, everything has a time code. In Smile More, you're asked to perform surgeries to make people look more happy, more content with the life they're currently living, even though it's a hellscape dystopia. You need to break bones, stretch flesh, inject people with drugs, and lastly, jam needles into their faces to make them smile. All of this will make your skin crawl if you're not used to a bit more extreme horror. But there's one good caveat if you want to try this game out. It is completely free. I would just not recommend playing it at night, and make sure there's someone around you can talk to after, because you're going to need a hug. This game is quite dark. Rhell, Warped Worlds and Troubled Times by Slug Glove. So, imagine a scenario. Everyone's vanished. Now you need to find out why. So Rhell is a semi-open world puzzle game, where the fun part is there are over 40 runes to collect, and you need to combine the runes 4 at a time. So, there's already too many varieties here to name. Every puzzle you find has multiple solutions. Want to split yourself up into 2 characters? You can do that. Want to turn the one character into a pile of goo? You can do that too. Want to turn your copy into a pile of goo to set on a switch so it stays down in order for you to progress? You can do that too. The options are endless, and with such a bright, visual, vibrant style that's just very colorful and nice to look at, this is really a puzzle game for fans who enjoy the genre, but also enjoy just not following a set rules. Once you enter a room, how you solve that room is up to you and your imagination. Incredible fun. Great for the young crowd if you have them. Give them this and let them see if they can figure things out. They'll probably blow your mind. Great title with the lovely visuals and a fun atmosphere to get involved in. Check it out. Methods, The Canada Files by Locked On Games. Well, now we're back to the games for the adults. Make your kid leave the room. We're about to get spicy. In a mystery visual novel sense. You play as a team of detectives who are part of a crime-solving competition out way in Canada. The way north. Well, it's way north from here where I live. You need to use every member of the team's unique methods to solve the crimes that have been set before you and find out the truth and who exactly is organizing this competition. Expect some richly developed characters, distinct artwork, and in-depth mystery solving as you're going from room to room trying to find the clues that will make the situation make sense to you. Perfect for fans of mystery games and visual novels. But, caveat, this is a prequel to one of their previous games, Methods, the detective competition. But it's not actually required to play to understand the story of the Canada Files. Also, you should check out some of their other games. Locked On Games has a lot of interesting visual novel titles, including Evolving World Catalyst Wake, which has some very interesting visuals, and I'm going to say looks incredibly cinematic for a visual novel. They really seem to have the genre locked down here, and provide some interesting ideas for their games. Piece by Piece and Piece by Piece. 2 titles of the same name but completely different, and sold in a bundle, so you know you don't have to skip out on one. First one's about a fox inheriting his family's repair shop. He needs to keep it well oiled like his parents did before him. Piece together antiques, heirlooms, and even their favorite mugs, as each item you receive is their own puzzle. You also need to operate the shop and keep it in order, cause come on, dust gathers everywhere really quickly. You can also do some gardening, which, not sure what that does, but it looks a lot of fun. Cute, relaxing, and fun as you stylize the items you fix. You can also add a dash of color and unique design choices to make the customer just go, wow, I didn't know I wanted a pink cuckoo clock, but now I feel happy about it. Handshake. It's a fun little relaxing title to sink your teeth into as you just fix items and travel around town and have a good time. Second title is literally about piecing puzzle pieces together. Levels here are fragmented into pieces, and you have to put them together to create a route for the finish line. Explore 12 different puzzle boxes that each bring forth a new mechanic for you to play around with. Also, for added fun, once you finish those 12 boxes, you can play hybrid levels that combine the different mechanics into something brand new. Yes, they have the same name, but minus that, they're completely different games, but both are really good puzzle adventures you'll have a fun time with. Arksync, Dicom Software, a roguelike twin-stick shooter about taking a cute teddy bear home. You need to scavenge weapons to defend yourself against other machines, and trust me, there's a lot of machines here with some great designs that look amazing, and move fluently as well, because you're going to need that due to fast reactive combat across this giant trash moon. The game will not let you rest. Every enemy is out to just murder you. Very much a 2D style of Doom Eternal with fast-paced combat and needing a short reaction time. Also, like I said, great visuals and the robot designs are very cool. Very much reminds me of the DOS game Abuse from way back in the day. Good times. But Arksync is really the game you should be checking out. Even if you're not a fan of the roguelite element of the game, just the fast-paced combat makes it something fun to just give a try. Legends of the Round Table by Artifice Studio. Here we have a medieval RPG set during Arthurian times, as you need to lead the Knights of the Round Table. This is a game filled to the brim with visual elements. Hand-painted art to look like the paintings that it's taking inspiration from, and also music played on medieval instruments, just to take you back to that time that none of us remember and we are way too young to have been there. The fun part is the mechanics of turn-based combat, where permanent losses really stack up if a knight dies. And there's also some cool horse combat as well. You know what, get a spear, start doing a run stab, have a good time. Lots of depth in the full experience, though combat can be a bit slow, which is why it's in a bundle with Aether Iron, if you want some speed to balance the game out. Fantastic title that does not have enough eyes on it, but I'm hoping this video will help out and make people try out this game with so many elements you can go around with. There's also a fate system I didn't talk about involving cards that you need to play around with in order to make the story just follow the route you want it to take. The developer's previous titles include the weird werewolf game Sang Freud, which is free on Steam and I recommend checking out as well. Lost and Found Company by BitEgg Inc. And here we have another gorgeous title, even though it couldn't be farther away gameplay-wise, because this one is a hidden object game with some genuine heart. Now, I know Steam is overloaded with hidden object games, mostly involving cats. I don't want to try those titles, they don't look up my alley at all. But this one's a bit different. The beautiful art here and just the vibrancy of these areas really stand out, as you need to scan every inch to find hidden objects and solve puzzles. You'll find yourself in large areas to zoom in and out of to strain your eyes just for the things you're looking for. Also, surprisingly, there's a story here for you to fall in love with, as you play a duck-turned-human named Ducky, who's helping a dragon named May try to find their lost power. So it's not just finding random things on a page that you need to click on, but also just getting immersed in the story of these two characters working together, trying to find the help they can. Beautiful title, really nailed what people want in a hidden object game. And if you want to just dip your toes into the genre a little bit, why not start here? Solateria, Studio Doodle. Finally, a proper 2D Metroidvania, with gorgeous hand-drawn visuals, parry-style combat, and lots of exploration. This title from Studio Doodle fits in perfectly with their previous title, Lappin, which is a cute bunny precision platformer. Okay, but these rabbits are scaring me. Why does that one have so much volume in their hair? And the stairs. Like I said, the combat is very much parry-focused like Nine Cells or Tales of Iron, so for fans of difficult combat who like getting humbled, another title to add to your list. But don't worry, deep customization can help you as you shape your combat style and find the perfect synergies to take on powerful bosses. And let me tell you, these bosses are big, powerful, and beautiful. Yes, in a post-Silksong world, do we need more combat-based Metroidvanias? I mean, it's got the heart-pounding action with real soul put in the game. I'm actually hoping this title does really well, just to show that Silksong shouldn't be the be-all end-all, and there's always more room for interesting Metroidvanias. Angel Engine by HMS Studios and Black Lantern Collective. In a far dystopian future, you need to ransack heaven, perform surgeries on comatose test subjects, and hope they don't wake up because all hell's gonna break loose. Or heaven. The only thing you're gonna need to be worried about while dissecting or experimenting on this creature is time. Because time is always a factor. You need to complete minigames and make sure your equipment remains operational, or it's gonna end poorly for you. There's a lot of these horror games. Smile More is very similar. You have to perform surgeries and stuff. Well, there's just the horror hanging over your head like the blade of Damocles. And this title is not that much different, except it has a creepy web series that I haven't watched that it's based off. But remember, the further you go, the more complex things become. Who knows what you might find at the end of the procedures? But also, come on, it's a horror game. Expect a jump scare at the end as something just jumps toward your face and goes, "Meh." That sound freaks me out every single time. And there we go. A bunch of great games to look at. And if you've got the cash for it, why not get one or two? Have fun with it. You've earned it. But I hope you enjoyed the video, everyone, and I hope you've just been having a wonderful time gaming. Because things are tough out there, and we all need to look after ourselves. And if you're anything like me, then playing a game makes you just feel great. Personally, I've been trying out Final Fantasy XII again on Steam, and it's been a great time. It's been helping me relax a lot. And I hope you find something from this list that has a similar effect on you. Please, be safe out there, look after yourselves, keep on gaming, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.